Pakistan, Lazismu, and also the Higher Education Council under the Muhammadiyah organization. So this year, we're supposed to have 6 students from Palestine with full scholarship. But then due to the war going on in Gaza, so we can only have 4. Another 2 will be pending, will be deferred to the next year. Hopefully, inshallah, the other 2 will also come joining us in the university, because we have the funding ready only for the Palestine students, but it is very difficult to, due to the situation that is going on right now, to have the Palestine students. The second of all, the summer school is also a moment, although the name is, it is not quite relevant to us as a tropical country. We don't have a summer here. We only have a dry and rainy season. But I think because of the term, so we stick to it, so then everyone can understand it. Because also participants are not only from, from the tropical countries. Even I heard the participants are coming from Africa. Well, someone who are here, I can definitely know. Hakim is in the back. Hakim is from Somalia. Am I right? Yes. Okay. Hakim is from Somalia. He's actually under the UMY full scholarship, along with many others who are at the moment. We have 86 of international students under the scholarship, and plus those another batch of the next year batch, who are, some of them are already here doing the language preparation, because some of them are enrolled in the regular classes where the classes will be conducted in Bahasa Indonesia, so they need to be equipped with Bahasa Indonesia. Unless the students are coming from Malaysia, they don't need the Bahasa preparation. But some students are coming from Africa, from Vietnam, from Kazakhstan, from many other countries across the globe. So we are grateful to have the international coming, and summer school is actually one important event in our university to bring the international atmosphere in closer to the student, to the faculty members, and also to the administrative staff, where we are aiming to be one of the leading universities. In 2025, one of our milestones is to be one of the leading universities in ASEAN. And in 2040, that is our final milestones for the past 20 years. We want to be entrepreneurial university in Indonesia. Because entrepreneurial university is actually the university that has a social approach to be beneficial for all, just also in line with our vision to be beneficial for all, according to the Islamic values, where we want to be beneficial for all. And that is the core value that we want to aim later in 2040 as an entrepreneurial university. We want to have a big impact on the social. We want to be impactful socially to the society, not only in the neighboring areas, but also bigger, wider, nationally or even internationally. Well, I think that's all my
of the event, important event, and I would like to also express my gratitude to the speakers, to the language partners, to the city executives, to the event, because without you, the event not exists. But anyway, the event, to all the world speakers, in the success of the event, they will enjoy the test of the progress. Today's the last day of the
ขึ้น
Thank you very much. Then once again, in summer school, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Allah.
Thank you, is Badhanan for the second speech. Please, for all distinguished guests from for group second for ladies and gentlemen, now these are the high time for us to listen to the speech from our esteemed speaker. The first speaker, Professor Dr. Enda Taufik, SA MSc from UMY. The second speaker, Dr. Dimas Bagus Wiralatarusma, SA MHA from UMY. The third speaker, Dr. Hidawati Haja Sahwan from USIM Malaysia. The last speaker, Dr. Sam Ayas from Palestine. To our esteemed speaker, please come to the stage. Okay, once more, to all the distinguished speaker, please come to the stage.
Tes.
The session will be moderated by Dr. Diatis Kusumawardani from UMY. For Dr. Diatis Kusumawardani, please come to the stage. But before I will But before I go for this session, I would like to read Dr. Wardani CV. Dr. Wardani is leading expert in international economics, finance, and development, with a PhD in economics from the International Islamic University of Malaysia and advanced degrees from the Australian National University. Her academic credentials are stellar. Dr. Wardani also plays a vital role in various organizations, serving as treasurer of Indonesian Islamic Economic Expertise, Yogyakarta, and secretary of IAEI at Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. Her linguistic skill in Bahasa Indonesia, English, and Arabic, combined with her expertise in academic software tools, underscore her multifaceted talent. Without further ado, Dr. Yanni is Kusmawardani, this session is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I'll give warm welcome to all esteemed participants. Today marks the beginning of the transformative journey as we gather here to nurture the next generation of Islamic economics leaders. Your present here reflect a commitment to ethical finance, sustainability, and principles that underpin Islamic economy. Together, let us embark on this journey, learning, collaborations, and leadership. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. In the name of God, let's begin. Okay, I will start to recite the CV of each esteemed outstanding speakers here. So I'd love to recite the CV of Professor Kapitiningsi. So Professor Dr. Indah Kapitiningsi, SAMSI, born in Yogyakarta on November 29, 1975, in a distinguished professor in the field of environmental economics and natural resource economics, as well as health economics. She currently serves as a full professor at the Faculty of Economics and Business, Economic Study Program, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta, where she has been a dedicated educator and researcher. Her academic journey began with a bachelor degree in economics in Gajah Mada University, Universitas Gajah Mada, and also master and doctorate degree in the same field in Universitas Gajah Mada. Throughout the career, Prof. Dr. Indah has contributed significantly to her field through various research projects. Her recent research includes topics such as risk mitigation, float risk mitigation, economic valuations of disaster impact, and environmental sustainability strategies. Notably, her work has explored the economic costs of urban pollution and the valuation of cultural heritage sites, showcasing her versatility and commitment to addressing both economic and environmental challenges. And then I would love to recite the CV of our second esteemed speakers, Dr. Ayas, Dr. Isam Ayas. Dr. Ayas has made significant contribution to academic literature with numerous publications in renowned journals. His research interests include tax evasion, economic growth, social media impact on productivity, green human resources management, and the competitiveness of the banking industry at the time. Notable works include studies on the economic costs and environmental effect of paper consumption and computer usage. determinant of the solvency and insurance companies, and analysis of household expenditure and electricity in Palestine. Outside of academia, Dr. Ayas enjoyed drawing, reading, writing, cooking, swimming, snorkeling, oh, and camping, traveling, driving, meeting new people, adventure, photography. Maybe your job will be handled by Professor Ayat. And learning new skills. His expertise, interest, and extensive professional experience make him a well-renowned and influential figure in the field of economics. And then I will move to the third standing speaker, Professor Madia, or Associate Professor Dr. Shahidawati Shahwat. Shahwat. This is your surname from your father? Oh, Binti Shahwat. Associate Professor Dr. Shahidawati Shahwat is a distinguished academic in Islamic banking and finance. And she was also very keen with the Sharia Maqasid in Islamic finance and fiqh mu'amalah. She currently holds the position of University Studying Islam Malaysia, USIM, where she has been contributing her expertise since 2006. Her academic journey is marked by impressive achievement, including a postdoctoral research fellowship in Ketio Karata University, Punya. A PhD from the International Islamic University of Malaysia, IIUM, in 2017, a master degree from University of Malaya in 2003, and a bachelor degree from IIUM in 2000. Dr. Shahidawati Shahwan has served in various capacities at USIM, including lecturer, senior lecturer, and currently as an associate professor. Her teaching reporter includes courses on the product development of Islamic finance, financial service, application of fiqh mu'amalah in business, marketing, and product development of Islamic financial services, and several others at both of the master levels. And I would love to recite last PP from the last outstanding speakers. Bapak Dr. Dimas Bagus Wiranata Kusuma, Excellency. Dr. Dimas Bagus Wiranata Kusuma completed a Bachelor of Economics with a concentration of Monetary Economics from Airlangga University, Unai, Surabaya in 2008. Then continued his master degree in economics with a concentration in international monetary from the International Islamic University of Malaysia, IIUM, and graduated in 2012. Since 2018, he has been a graduate PhD in economics with a concentration in Sharia banking from the International Islamic University of Malaysia, IIUM. Currently, serving as Secretary of International Post-Economic Study Program, International Program for Islamic Economics and Finance, IPIEF, in the Economics Business in the Department of Economic Study Program, Universitas Muhammadiyah Jakarta. And his research interests in the field of macroeconomics, banking and finance, monetary economics, international economics, etc. And also macro-prudential policy, and also Islamic banking resilience. Okay, without further delay, I'd love to welcome Professor Dr. Endang Saputiningsih for 10 until 15 minutes presentations, and then followed by Q&A. So Professor Dr. Endang Saputiningsih, the time. I'm sorry, I'm coughing, so maybe my sound, my voice is not clear. Okay, thank you. Alhamdulillah. I will discuss about the topic of green economy for sustainable development. Thank you, Buditis, for the opportunity. Okay, before we discuss about what the, how green economy contributes to the sustainable development, I will read the introduction first. Next. As we know that we have two most important activities as a student. Hopefully, you know the microeconomics that we have two activities. The first one is production, and the second one is consumption. Yeah. Okay. Next. And we can make the model of the linear economy, how the production and consumption happen. The first one, when we will produce the product, so we need the input. Yeah. What is the input? Input the factor of production, like land and then labor and then capital and organization. But uh, besides the factor production, uh, I said before, there is the natural resources. The natural resources, the main factor production that we need to use for produce the oil. And how we use the input to change into output, so we can make utilization of the factor production, or we convert. Yeah, we convert the input into other product or into other shape, and we can get the output both product or good and service. Next, and how the natural resources can influence the production process. We know the natural resources is the part of the environment. What is environment? Environment is the complex of physical and then chemical or biotic factors like climate and then soil and living things, neighborhood that act upon the organism or ecological community. We know the neighborhood, like soil and then air and then water. Uh, it's influence to the process of production, and they ultimately determine its form and survival. And we can say in a simple word, what is environment? Environment is everything surrounding us. And I said before, like water, air, and animal, plant, and so on. Yeah. Next. Yeah. Before we understood environment, we rarely gave attention. What is the linkage uh, between the component of the production and consumption process into with the environment? So we can make the model of the production and consumption. Next. So we can put the other things
into output, like the previous diagram. We have input, factor production, and then natural resources, and we can change into output with the utilization or conversion. But when we produce the output, we have the external impact. We said external, and what is the external? Yeah, the process of production not so far from the external. Next, the externality. We we have the positive externality and the negative externality. Yeah, the externality is the cost or benefit of an economic activity experienced by unrelated third party. Yeah, I also give the analog in the class, not only you and me. Yeah, you and me and him or her or other things that's related to our interaction. So this is the external, unrelated third party. That is the third party. Yeah, positive is if the production gives the benefit to the third party. This is the positive externality. Like you can give the example, the positive externality. For example, if there's a production process, who can raise your hand? Positive externality, yeah, yeah. Positive externality, like there is a new airport in Yogyakarta, yeah, international new airport, and then with the new airport, the access into the Kulon Progo district, so like there is a train, and then there is a good infrastructure there. This is the positive. So the process of production gives the benefit to the third party, like the society, and then the negative externality. If the process of production gives the cost, like when the new airport, international airport, built, so there is a land use conversion from agriculture to airport. Yeah. So maybe the society or the farmer changed the profession. Yeah. Or they lost their job because of the land change into the airport. This is the negative externality. Or there is the noise pollution. Yeah, the sound of the plane. Yeah, this is the noise. Yeah, or the air pollution. Many car or motorcycle or and so on. Before the airport built, maybe run automatic. So now very crowded and make the air pollution. Next. Yeah. Till we realize the meaning of environment properly, we never paid attention to the negative externality. Yeah. And we never acknowledge the cost of the economic activities upon the unrelated third party. And the excessive and irrational usage of resources for sectors heavily affected the ecosystem and pose the threat to the growth potential and successive innovation. And next, yeah, maybe we can play this video. This is the very fact.
change is the defining issue of our time. The defining this direct existential threat. Climate change is moving faster than we are. Extreme heat waves, wildfire, storms. Decades, including enormous years, we are experiencing record temperatures around this is important because for unlimited climate change, disasters as people about the natural system sustain. Everything that and the folks that we were born, scientists are telling us what they think. All of us,
Okay. Yeah. There is the video that shows the negative externality of the economic. Yeah. So next, so we by the many problems of the economic activities. So the concept of sustainable development rise. What is the sustainable development? Maybe I guess we'll discuss later, yeah, but sustainable development and development that meets the needs of the present without compromising the needs of the future generations. The definition of the United Nations. And next, yeah, how the green economy will contribute to the sustainable development. We have 10 items that related to the green economic that contribute to the sustainable development. There's like green economy resource efficiency, eco efficiency, and then clean production. And we know about the circular economy. Economy and then how we practice green. Next, how the development can influence to the natural resources and how to make the sustainable development. Development has purpose to make the economic growth and how the welfare of the community will improve. But in the other the development gives the negative impact like pollution and global warming and social gap and facing terrorism. We can say in the previous and yeah what the pillars that related to the sustainable development. We have three pillars. The first one is environmental, and the second one is economic, and the third one is social. How the environmental can be interdependent relation with the other components. In the sustainable development, we will to make the viable natural environment, and it's related to the economic, how to make the sustainable economic development, and related to the social, how to make the sustainable natural and build the environment, and how economic will be make the sustainable development. We hope we can make the sufficient economy, and it's related to the social condition too. How to make equitable social environment, and how the social will achieve the sustainable development by nurturing the community. So three pillars. Uh, each other interdependent, have the interdependent dimension, and the of them make have the main purpose is the sustainable development. Next, and this is the 17, yeah, sustainable development, no poverty and zero hunger, good health and well-being and quality education, gender equality, clean water, and sanitation, and so on. Yeah. I think Dr. Ayush will discuss this one. And what is the green economy? Yeah. Green economy is an economy that produces increased human welfare and social justice while significantly reducing environmental risk and ecological scarcity. So how the economic activities will make produce the product or goods or services, but not have the negative impact on the environment. And a low carbon economy, and then how to use the resources efficiently and socially inclusive. And what is the focus of green economy? Next. Yeah, the focus of the green economy, the first one is how achieve the employment and income growth, driven by public and private investment into economic activity. So the main purpose of the development is to increasing income, yeah, increasing income. But we have to consider how the increasing income not make a gap between the society. So the employment have to make. And then the second one is infrastructure and asset that enable the reduction of carbon emission and pollution. Yeah. So to support the economic development, the government has to support by the infrastructure and asset. But when the infrastructure and asset supported, they have to produce low carbon emission and pollution. And the one is increase energy and resource efficiency. And the last one is preventing loss of biodiversity and ecosystem challenges. So when the economic development occurs, we have to maintain the ecosystem and the biodiversity. Next, and what is the principle of the green economy? The green economy have five principles. The first one is principle of well-being. Yeah, green economy enables all people to create and enjoy prosperity. This is the first is how to make the people uh, achieve the welfare. And the second one, principle of justice. The green economy promotes loyalty between generations. Or the development or economic activity has to consider about the future generation. We cannot conduct the development without consider our future generation. And the third one is principle of planetary boundary. Uh, Green economy protects and restore and invest in nature. We uh, we discussed before that the natural resources is one of the part of production to produce the product. And then the fourth one is the principle of efficiency and sufficiency. The green economy is aimed at supporting sustainable consumption and production. So we have to, we have to consider future generation so that they can produce something the natural resources, sustainable natural resources. And the last one is principle of the good government. A green economy is guided by integrated and sustainable and resilient. Next. And how the green economic growth in Indonesia? Green economic growth not only related to the how economic growth is achieved, but also how the quality of growth. Yeah. We not just uh, see for the how the economic growth, but we have to consider how the environmental quality in Indonesia when the maybe there is a sector, mining sector that make risk to the forest in Indonesia. This is the one of the things that the development has to consider for the environment and how the social condition has to be considered too, like how the gap between the rich and the poverty people to be minimized. This is the one of the purpose of the bill. And what is the expected result? The first one is economic growth is continuation, and then inclusive and equitable growth and social and economic environmental activities, and how the people help to be healthy and then contribute, and the reduction of the greenhouse gas. And this is the macroeconomic focus in green economic activity, infrastructure and skill that's related to the resource efficiency, how to improve the welfare while reducing resource use and emission, and how to consume and produce responsible. There is focus on increasing capacity, I think eco-efficient production and consumer consumption behavior. Next, and how if the resource is unsustainable? If the resource is unsustainable, it's like a scarcity of natural resource. And how about the impact? You know how the global warming happened and then there is so many environmental degradation. This is the impact of unsustainable resource. So we have to improve how to use the resources efficient and how to make a resource efficiency. This is related to how to use resource and benefit obtained, yeah, from the, for example, material efficient, how to prevent and reduce the waste generation, and then how to energy efficiency, like how to reduce energy consumption, like you use the air condition in the room, and how to use the water, yeah, and cost efficiency, how make a cost saving, like reduce material and energy use, and then reducing negative environmental impact. And next, uh, this is the need of eco-efficiency. You know, if we make the eco-efficiency, so the welfare will increase, and we can make the positive impact of environment will higher than the negative impact of environment. And then the, the yeah, other yeah, and eco-efficiency is a combined between economy and ecology. Yeah, we have to realize make the sustainable production, but we can't ignore about the environmental quality and social part. Yeah, this is the eco-efficiency. We have the purpose of the eco-efficiency, economic output, how to get the value added of the economic benefit, like increasing GDP per capita, and then maybe production service unit, yeah, and we decreasing the environmental cost, like pollutant emission, and then the use of resources, we make the efficiency of resource use, and then we minimize the cost related to environmental risk. So we can make the linkage between environmental, social, and economic to achieve the sustainability. I think that's all our presentation. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
People want programs to well, program are very church lively. So because program have to have under meeting, so I think like the opportunity for the participants to participate for one question.
Okay. What?
Okay, please find your name. Okay. Can you please introduce your name and where from? Maybe catch from the economic study program. Oh, okay, her name, then. Okay, please go. Please, really repeat the locations.
currently the question is that as we know, most of the developed countries, they are the ones who are who developed on the economic and the industrial side. So they release the environment filters of carbon dioxide, which is a large amount of carbon dioxide. We know the impact that it causes to the climate change. And for the developing countries, they come to when they try to develop and make industry, they make manipulation of the environment while they are not applying to their country. So do you think that when it comes to green economy or environmental policy, the developed countries like China, they don't apply, but they try to force the developing country to apply these regulations. But they have money industry, they produce money inflation for the environment just to protect their environment. Do you think that? And
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. We have seen. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. The developed countries may be in industry that release pollution, make pollution, and but the developing maybe we also have the industry, but as much as as many as the developed countries. And actually, in the developed countries, it's also have the policy related to environmental policy, uh, but uh, because the natural resources in the developing country maybe uh, is still more than the developed country. So the developed country need the developing countries to maintain about the forest, maintain about the natural resources. But there is a agreement related to the environment policy, and uh, like the Rio de Janeiro, yeah, there is some countries that have the agreement that they will maintain about the environmental policy. But in the other side, they have the technology to maintain the environmental quality, like there is renewable energy, and then the other technology that can minimize the environmental risk to the health or to the society. Uh, and maybe how the technology between the development and developed country, we still develop our technology to minimize the environmental negative impact of the environmental degradation, but we still waiting how the future generation can still get the benefit from the environment by make the eco efficiency. Yeah. But I said before that the developed country is also have the policy related to the environment. So that's it. I'll be Hakim. Thank
Okay, thank you very much, Kenya. So, we will response to Romina? Thank you very much. Romina, we leave the speech early. Thank you very much. Okay, very interesting presentation from the green economy for sustainable development and how to relate to the economics activities of the important consumption and how the green economy for sustainability can relate to the economic activity related to how to conserve the environment and how to and here we are. We will move to the next taking speaker. Dr. From the time. Okay, Dr. Arias will deliver. Okay. Dr. Arias will deliver the system. We have to get to we will explore and elaborate. The colleagues will give you 2 minutes, 13 minutes, 10 minutes, 5, and
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. ورحمة الله. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. السلام عليكم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الخلق والمرسلين سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. I am happy to be at this great university. I thank Dr. Adham for Dr. Adham. I am happy to be at this great university. I thank Dr. Adham for his presence, and I thank everyone, each by name and title, his presence, and I thank everyone, each by name and title. We thank you in the name of Palestine and in the name of the inter-Palestinian people. Now, my presentation about the sustainable development goals. The first speaker speak about the green economy. And the green economy is the part of the sustainable development. What is the sustainable development? We have the contents of my presentation, introduction, and the difference between sustainable developments and the development and the growth economic, and we so on about many things. Now, what is the sustainable development goals? On September 25, 2015, 193 heads of state at the United Nations General Assembly sets up collection of 17 goals known as the Sustainable Development Goals, or simply global goals. There are universal call to action to end poverty, protect the plant, and ensure all people enjoy peace and prosperity. Now, the difference between sustainable development, economic growth, and economic development. The first is the economic growth. All we know what is the meaning of the economic growth. Every time we speak about the economic growth. Economic growth is an increase in the production of economic, increase in GDP, goods and services in one period of time, 1 year, compared with a previous period. It can be measured in normal or real terms, nominal GDP or real GDP. Economic growth, if we have economic growth in the country, we have higher tax revenue, public sector investment, private sector investment, and increase in productivity capacity. So economic growth. And when we have economic growth, the unemployment rate decrease and the employment increase. But economic development, now economic development, the process in which economies expand their range of goods and services, leading to increased purchasing power and a higher standard of living for the population. In economic growth, we increase the production, we increase the consumption, we increase the employment. In the economic development, we increase the standard level, we increase the wealth that we need. How the economic development works? When the economic development, we have employment opportunity increase and increase in income and increase in spending on health and education. Why we increase the spending on health and education? Because now the standard level increase and we improve the quality of life and the standard of living. So the poverty will be decreased. The main point we speak about the sustainable development is an approach to growth and human development that aim to meet the needs of the current generation without compromising the needs of future generations. Sustainable development is inclusion of environmental, social, and governance factors into financial decision-making process. So, promotes long-term economic growth in 1 year, and sustainable development for the long run, for the long term, and intelligence investment strategy with sustainability goals. Now we have sustainable development, economic growth, and economic development. The first is economic growth. When we have increase in the economic growth, after that we have economic development, but sustainable development is different because the concept, the sustainable development, it refers to increase in the real per capita income and economic welfare of both the present and the future generation. The sustainable development not for that generation, but for the present and the future generation. The economic growth, it is a narrow concept which refers to an increase in a country real output of goods and services or a specific period of time. But economic development, it is a comprehensive concept which includes economic growth and progressive change in social, economic, political, culture, and historical level. So the economic development, not economic, just economic. It's economic and social. Significance in sustainable development, it attaches greater significance to equitable distribution of income, reduction in employment, and poverty level. Every country suffer with poverty level, and we need to increase the poverty level. In economic growth, it attaches less significance to equitable distribution of income, reduction in employment, and poverty level. Economic development, it attaches greater significance to equitable distribution of income, reduction in employment, and poverty level. Sustainable development, achieving sustainable development is not easy. It requires a delicate balance between economic growth, environmental, and social. But economic growth, it can be easily attained by mobilizing larger resources and rising the productivity. But sustainable development is difficult. Development, it is difficult to realize because it is also involved such changes in the composition of output which will ensure social justice. The definition of sustainable development. Sustainable development goals are the blueprint to achieve a better and more sustainable future for all. They address the global challenges we face, including those related to poverty, inequality, climate change, environmental degradation, peace, and justice. The 17 goals are all incorrect. Okay. Now we have social and economic and environment. Social, we need quality of life education, community development, equal opportunity law, ethics. That's about the social. Fair taxation, business ethics, trade, worker rights, government spending. That's about the social. And the economic need smart growth, long-range planning, cost-saving, spending, cost living, and fair taxation, business ethics, trade, worker, right, government spending, the same. Sustainability need environmental law, public environment, and we need energy efficiency, subsidies, tax breed, carbon credits, and the sustainable development for the three: social, economic, and environment. The importance. And speak about the sustainable development goal. We have many goals of sustainable development. No poverty, zero hunger, good health and well-being, quality education, gender equality, clean water and sanitation, affordable and clean energy, decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation, and infrastructure. Reduction inequalities, sustainable city and communities, responsible consumption and production. Climate action, life below the water and life of the land. Peace, justice, and strong institution, partnership for the goals. Why the world need sustainable development goals? We live in an increasingly complex world, while recent decades have seen us achieve unprecedented economic growth and make real progress on a number of key development issues. These successes have masked major fault line in our current development model. These faults are giving rise to a swelling list of environmental and social burdens that pose increasing threats to our way of life and are turning the world into a much less viable place in which to conduct a business. Indicator. Now, how we know if there is in the that city or that country have sustainable development or not? By know the percentage of the poverty. What is the percentage of the poverty in Indonesia? Is high or low? Poverty. High. The poverty. From city to city is different. From city to city is different. Different. It's high. Together between different. The governance and the health and education, demographic, natural, atmosphere, land, ocean, sea and coast, fresh water, economic development, global economic partnership, consumption and production partner. Characteristic of the Sustainable Development Goal: sustainability and inclusivity, equality and progress, connection. Challenging in providing sustainable development indicator in Palestine. The Israeli occupation is the biggest and main obstacle to the efforts made by the Palestinians achieving sustainable development goals. This is due to the restriction imposed on the state of Palestine and the control over the crossing border and natural resources. These restrictions limit the ability to collect data for a range of indicators at details level. In addition to the inability to provide data for some indicators. Challenges in providing sustainable development indicator in Palestine. The inability of metadata for all sustainable development indicator in Arabic and the limited details for a set of indicators. The lack of standardization in a methodology, concepts, and terminology between the organization and data sources. The third, dealing in providing data from their sources, and the shortage of data providing by sources cause difficult in completing time series for the indicator and in providing detail level. the multiplicity of data sources for some indicators. Thanks.
Okay, I will also give my respect to Dr. Ayman Mechen of the from Thank you very much. Thank you. And Dr. Sudia Khaled, of the Department Director of Further Education. I would love to use people this discussion. Thank you. And very interesting the presentation from Dr. Isam. It's about SDG and how it related to the case study of time. And also we will proceed to the next esteemed speaker, Dr. Chuan. Dr. Sridhar Shawat, the presentation on the presentation is on the topic of MSRI framework consolidating SDG framework into Macaulay infusing testing. Okay. Dr. Shawat, fine.
Terima kasih Dr. Daya Titis for the introduction and also moderating this session. And thank you very much to all the participants to listen to this so long topic actually and discuss in the global agenda. So thank you also to all our discussants. Dr. Aiman. Inshallah, we get put on this English discussion. So Alhamdulillah, I believe that you have listened to the previous discussion. So it's my time, inshallah. I'd like to start with Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay. Barakallah. Inshallah. Okay, so I have listened to the first paper actually. I don't know where the professor has discussed on the climate change, and then Dr. Storm also has discussed on the SDG, and if you look at my topic, it is more micro observation of this SDG and climate change, how we observe the SDGs of those listed by Dr. Christoph just now. The way how they arrange is very good. How you arrange it is very good. So actually now is the time for us to look at the grassroots. How actually the SDG can be listed by the United Nations observed in some, I would call it industries, and also segments of the activities, economic activities in the world. So my focus actually, I want to share with you. This is considered as my short session because this is actually one of the outputs of our research. Our grant was provided by the biggest investment company in Malaysia, Padaran Malaysia Berhad, PNB. Will give us a grant to develop the framework and run an index to know whether the performance of investment companies, especially their portfolios, are consistent with SDG. So in our work, actually, it's not about SDG. Since we are not only looking as Muslim, we are not only looking as the sustainable development goals, but we are also looking at the Maqasid Sharia aspects, which is higher than, for us, higher than the agenda of SDG. So this is our principle. Yes, we believe that Maqasid should go beyond SDG. So this is what we fill up in our framework. So in this session, inshallah, the team is really highly related, okay, to our research, okay, that we have completed. Okay. Last year in 2023, okay, and then we started here with what is MSRI. Okay, so what is MSRI? Okay, the topic mentioned that is MSRI. Must be wondering, right? What is MSRI? Very a jargon, right? This is acronym actually. Acronym to Maqasid Syariah and Responsible Investment. Okay, Maqasid Syariah and Responsible Investment is a framework developed to promote the effective investment for one of the major investment management company in Malaysia, which is PNB, Pemodalan Nasional Berhad. Okay, the grant was given by PNB. Okay, so it is specialized actually on the portfolios management, okay, by investment companies, okay, managed by Pemodalan Nasional Berhad. Oh, what is PNB? Have you heard before? Pernah dengar tak anak-anak? Pernah dengar? Tak pernah dengar, boleh Google sekarang. Okey, Pemodalan Nasional Berhad. Okey, you pernah dengar amanah saham nasional? Amanah saham Bima Putra? Yes. Sekolah pernah dengar? This amanah saham actually managed by PNB. Yeah. So we want to look whether the investment company chose by PNB can fulfill the criteria of the framework that we have developed under the theme of Maqasid Syariah and SDG. Okay, which is this is the first one in the in not only in PNB, which is PNB appointed us to build up that framework and then run the index. Kemudian Google sekarang aku tak amanah saham Bumi Putra, okay, amanah saham nasional, okay, all this actually managed by Pemodalan Nasional Berhad, the major investment company in Malaysia. Boleh tengok, ya. So this work actually can be replicated. Can be replicated. So that's why I'm sharing to you here today to benefit, okay, to benefit the other members, okay, of the world, so that we can benefit the effort and to improve your context. Jadi it is really contextual, so that's why I see this work is really micro observation, okay, of the investment activities in PNB. Okay, jadi boleh guna tak di negara-negara lain? Kena test dulu. Kena test dulu tengok bagaimana. So insyaAllah, okay, our future research, we look at that, how we look at the performance of investment company pula di Indonesia. Okay, so insyaAllah. Okay. So in Maqasid, okay, MSRI here, okay, this one represent the actual aims and objective. Okay, this is our inner aim, okay, our inner intention to make sure, okay, that whenever they invest, okay, they promote, okay, the actual aims and objective of Sharia, especially in matters pertaining to preservation of wealth, is Hifzul Mal. Okay, maybe you are familiar with the Maqasid Sharia? Familiar? Saya juga. Okay, boleh Google juga. Okay. Okay, Maqasid Syariah consists, according to Al-Ghazali, it consists of 5 goals. Okay, one of the important goals which is put, okay, in the bottom one is Hifzul Mal, okay, the preservation of wealth, yeah, which is one of the Daruriyat issues that need to be given serious attention by the government. Why? Why it needs to be serious attention? Dah dengar tadi, ya, Prof ceritakan, Andra ceritakan. And then Dr. Islam also explained to us, the economic development is the highly most important element today in the world, because this is the one that makes the country nowadays. We have war. Okay, we have many issues of economic, actually political economic related war actually, right? So this is the biggest issue that we need to face here now, and especially in our areas of Asia. Yeah. Okay. Who developed MSRI? As I told you, it is a teamwork. It is not only my work. Okay? It is a teamwork. Okay? It is awarded teamwork for the research grant. Okay? And then we are led by Professor Dr. Fauzia Sumatno. Maybe some of you lecturers here knows her. Okay? A former lecturer from UKM. Okay? A professor in finance. Professor Dr. Muhammad Ridwan Abdul Aziz. Okay? And also me, myself, okay? Dr. Shahidawati Shahwan, and also Professor Dr. Nur Aina. These are all expert combination of experts in finance, in Sharia, in economics, okay, and also in quantitative economics. So that's why we need a team, okay, to make up this, what we call MSRI. Yeah? So how the MSRI was developed? Jadi we take from you step by step so that you know. Okay, so today I just explain you how it's developed. Jadi next session mungkin future, Kita tengok how the index, okay, kita tested. Okay. Okay. How the Mesara was developed? It is really qualitative work. It is a qualitative work. Okay. And then we observe materials came from prominent classical references. So it is not only looking at the article journals latest one, but also prominent previous researchers work on the Maqasid Sharia itself, Al-Ghazali, Ibn Ashur, especially those are prominent scholars in Maqasid Sharia, and those are related to the Hifzul Mal especially. Because why Hifzul Mal? Why Hifzul Mal? Because the investment activities of the observed company and actually are making investment for the investors. So it is highly related to money. However, without putting back the rest of Hifzul, if you know, there are 5 preservation that you preserve according to Al-Ghazali. Hifzul Din, Hifzul Mal, Hifzul Mal last kali lah selalunya. Hifzul Din, Hifzul Nafs, Hifzul Nafs, and then Hifzul Akal, very good. Lagi Hifzul Nasal, very good. And Hifzul Mal, Alhamdulillah. Cemerlang semua, A+. Okay, Alhamdulillah. Okay, so these investment activities by PNB are related to Hifzul Mal. Tapi we have to bear in mind, whenever we develop any kind of framework, we shouldn't forget the rest of Hifzul because they are interrelated. They do not work independently. They are somewhat interrelated. So we have to look at the helicopter perspective when we want to build up the economic sustainability of one country. Dia bukan sahaja kerja economic only, to preserve the economic, but you have to look also importantly at preservation of deen. Agama juga memberi peranan penting. So that's why without ignoring the rest of the hadith, we still also consider, and I will show you in our framework after. Yeah? And then references also besides the classical. Jadi kita combine also with the operational literatures. There are numerous. If you look in Indonesia juga banyak, sudah banyak. Okay, papers written on the operational aspect of Maqasid Sharia. Congratulations to the researchers in Indonesia. Okay, because the rise of the papers are really significant. Memang menjadi rujukan kami. So these operational papers related to Maqasid Sharia is to observe how Maqasid Sharia can be part of the components or instruments, the elements to be observed in any economic activities or other activities, not only economic. If you can read many papers, operational aspect of Maqasid Sharia, it is not only economic, educational aspect. Okay, and preservation of the other rest, like for example, not only education, economic, like for example, the social aspect also had been done by many scholars. So this is not the first one actually. Kami tidak berbangga telling this is the first one, tapi we contribute to our pemodaran Malaysia yang berhad. Sebab apa? PNB is the biggest investment company yang manage Muslim, majority Muslim Malay investment in Malaysia. So we want to make sure whenever PNB invest, they look forward to the Maqasid element. So that is our inner objective. Sebab dia akan effect to the dividend distributed to the shareholders. So we want to make sure the dividend distributed to shareholders are all Sharia compliant. And then when it is Sharia compliant, we ensure that the rezeki given to them all are barakah. So that is the final image. Okay, it is not only about the investment corporation, corporate company, but it go back to the micro effect, okay, of the consumer themselves, we ourselves, whether it is barakah or not. Okay, so it starts from somewhere. Okay? And then you also refer to the articles on SDG, ESG. Okay, SDG is Sustainable Development Goal. ESG apa dia? Environment, Social and Governance. Yeah, very good. Okay, and then RI, Responsible Investment. So there are the combination. That's why the title of my today's discussion is on consolidating all these important parameters. Okay, when we construct our MSRI. Okay, boleh terima lagi? Boleh? Okay, anak-anak? Okay. So, And then the final stage is that once we have developed the framework, okay, the framework was then validated by prominent scholars appointed by Bank Negara Malaysia. There are the list of Sharia Advisory Council of Bank Negara Malaysia and also Sharia Advisory Council of Security Commission. Yeah, we went to them, involved them, asked them to review our framework, explain to them, and then get their perspective, okay, whether applicable or not. Okay, because this one is not our agenda, this is national agenda. Okay, so this one had been done previously. Huh? Okay, so this is the framework. Framework. Okay, this is the framework. This is the framework. Okay, so if you look at that framework, you see okay, the components of Maqasid Syariah is given higher attention, okay, where we refer to the work of Ibn Ashur, okay, where he divided okay, an observation towards Maqasid Syariah into actually 5 components. Okay, and then we group it into 4 components in only based on theme we found, okay, based on the interviews and also just analysis. So there we have al-wudu. You're familiar with this term. Okay, al-wudu, the transparent and durability of wealth, which is point number 1. Okay, and then al-adli or justice. Okay, and then al-rawash or wealth circulation. And then wealth protection from harm and damage, okay, which is hifz al-hifz. This is 5 components listed by Ibn Ashur, okay, in order to preserve the wealth. Okay, jadi kita combine a few what we call Maqasid elements, yeah. Okay, and then another part. If you see another part there, okay, the 4 components, yeah. The 4 components of Maqasid then, okay, where the rest of Maqasid, Hifzuddin, preservation of religion, Hifzun Nasab, preservation of dignity, okay, Hifzun Nafs, preservation of life, okay, and also intellect, as you mentioned just now, Hifzul Aqal. All these 4 are observed under the title Sustainable of Life. Sidamatul Hayat, Sustainable of Life. Okay, this is actually name given by one of the Sharia Advisory Council, okay, of Security Commission. Okay, so from these 4 components, okay, from these 4 components, it is observed in several elements. So the several elements there, if you refer to the right one, yeah, the right one, yang apa, yang kurang biru sikit tu, okay, macam dah ke grey sikit ya. And how come religion? How we observe religion? Susah ya nak observe religion. Boleh observe ke religiosity of a person? Very difficult, right? Because it's not between you and among us. No, it is only between we and Allah. Difficult. We can portray, we can show, just portray that we are very good Muslim, pious Muslim, but behind it is only our heart between and Allah. So that's why in order to make it operational, so we have discussed with several Sharia scholars and then look at the context of governance for institutional. So the governance represent, we call it Hawkama, the governance represent the aspect of religiosity of an institution. But my point, not religiosity of a person, but religiosity of an institution. So that company, that institution that we observe must follow certain governance which show that they are good, okay, and documented, okay, documented and good, okay, when they report, when they make any report of their investment activity. So there are certain components you see there. Number 2, preservation of progeny there. Okay, we'll look at the social aspect. Progeny refer to the social aspect, which is very important also in SDG. Okay, and then I think you still remember the one presented by Dr. Islam just now. Okay, he mentioned about social aspect of SDG. Okay, and then the next one is preservation of life, where life, how we want to protect life? Jaga alam sekitar. We have to preserve the natural resources. The one mentioned by just now about the climate change actually effect. Okay, and that effect will affect our life. That effect mentioned by Prof will affect our life. So see the cycle there. It will affect then later if we don't, if we make pollution little by little, one day finally we will make effect the environmental issue of our state first, maybe in our home. So start from individual. Okay, but for the institutional level, they look at the additional objective, preservation of environment. And the last one is hifzul akal, which is the dynamic of education, where now you are doing right now to ensure that sustainability of education among the society, among students, okay, among educators, okay, and then academic fraternity, okay, of the not only our country but also the world. We need to work together in order to educate, to bring awareness. Okay, now this is what we are doing right now. Yeah, to bring awareness, okay, to the society on the importance of observation. What's the issue of what we call market sharia and also good investment. Yeah. Okay, the next one. Okay, so these are the elements. I'm not going to go one by one. Agak detail. Okay, so you can see here, for example, when we look at wudu and tabat, what are the components in the report? So how we observe later in quantitative way. Here, how we see the report of the report presented here, published report by the financial institution who have been chosen by the PNB to be their investment companies. Okay. This one, how PNB chose the company. So they look at this aspect. So whether they have good risk management, okay, and then there are transparencies in transaction, okay, all this should be reported clearly. The good thing is that PNB is the major investment management in Malaysia. So you make the decision. Okay, they make the decision. So those who want to be listed under them must follow the rules. Okay, like you go to university, you must follow the rules of university, right? So that is the common way. So if you want to be listed under PNB, you want to be chosen by PNB, the biggest investment company in Malaysia, follow this rule. So that is the principle. Yeah? So when you follow the rule, you need to put all this in writing. The company need to put the company, okay, need to the listed company, especially need to put everything in writing. Besides following the MCCG requirements, okay, in the governance requirement. So this is additional. Okay, some of them may be redundant with the MCCG's requirement, the Malaysian Code of Corporate Governance. At the same time, we add some values related to the Maqasid Syariah. Dia adalah okay, some additional values there. For example, in art, okay, how they put equality between human beings, especially between appointment of the staff, for example. We'll check okay, the appointment of the staff. Okay, and the rest. The most important here, look at the rawash, zakat payment. Whether the company has made zakat payment or not. This is important. Okay, whether, yeah, of course, tax payment, of course, very important. And then whether they have additional philanthropic activities like hibah, wakaf, and sedekah, which is rarely reported in the what we call company corporation, okay, who are listed, okay, company, because it is not mentioned in MCCG. Yeah? And then reinvestment activities, okay, Sharia compliance operation for hifzumal, okay, engagement with takaful for wealth protection, takaful here, especially related to the staff takaful, yeah? Whether they choose takaful or they choose insurance or not, this is also part of the observation, and the rest, yeah, you can refer later. Okay, the next one. Okay, and then for governance, we look at the CSR strategy, the board structure, okay, and then finally with the takeover differences, okay, from the corporate part, okay, and then the social part, okay, these are a lot of social part, the long list there, which is among the things to observe is educational scholarship or even sponsorship, okay, under the society, okay, so we look also observe that, but next one. How they pay back, how they give back to the society. Okay, this is what we call under Ijtimaiyah. And the next one is BR. Okay, back. Okay, to pass. So BR environment. This one I think similar to most of the SDG report. This one similar to Refinitiv. Okay, most of the SDG report is here mentioned in the BR of preservation of environment, especially in the biodiversity. This is all the current issues. This part. Okay, this is all the current issues discussed by around the world. Around the world, we discuss about this part. And now around the world, all are talking about this one. Okay, and the last one is Ta'lim, is about their dynamic education. Okay, for the institution. Okay, so these are the 8 elements, a theme and elements that we observe when we conduct the NSRI, looking into observation of the investment companies are chosen by Bodaran National Head of the end. Okay, so as conclusion, dah conclusion, next one. So where are we going to after this? Okay, what we're going to do after this? Are we going to stop here? Jadi we look at our contribution. Jadi kita dah dengar, okay, so big perspective of SDG. So now we look at ourselves. Where is our contribution? Jangan kata kita student lagi, masih undergrad, tak perlu bertindak. No. Okay, so there must be something. At least you must be like burung yang menolong Nabi Ibrahim. Kan? Sikit air, sikit-sikit. Okay, kita tak bertindak ramai-ramai. Banyak-banyak tapi bertindak ramai-ramai tapi so I heard also your lagu, your national anthem, your university punya lagu just now. All these are teamwork. All these are teamwork. We have to go and work together. It's not a single work. Nothing. If you do, we work alone, it's slow, very slow. We can, inshallah, but very slow. But we have to work together. Okay, so this study actually, we hope, okay, that from this study, it can be benefited, okay, not only by us in Malaysia, but also benefit, okay, the society in Indonesia, how we want to make sure our whatever so-called SDG, Maqasid Syariah, this is almost all a name or the naming, okay, and then branding, okay, and the name. Most important are the elements, the component, isi yang penting. Rupa luar, another cerita. The most important is the elements that you observe must be observed by each of us. Termasuklah saya. Ini we are talking about our action. Okay. And this one, alhamdulillah, based on this report, based on our research, itulah impact pertama kami. Alhamdulillah, at the end of 2023, maybe some of you know already, this is the latest issue in Malaysia. Our Security Commission has announced the use of what we call Maqasid Syariah guidance. I also have been invited by SC to share our research on PNP to Security Commission and sharing with them how we developed that MSRI. And later in 2023 November, they issued their Maqasid Syariah guidance for investment activities in Malaysia. Okey, jadi lihat kerjanya sedikit sahaja tetapi kita tidak tahu siapa yang akan mengambil. Sebab itu bukan tugas kita buat kerja. Yang akan terima adalah Allah. Yang akan buat decision satu adalah Allah. Okay, so thank you very much class. Thank you very much audience. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So actually, I have a plan to use the opportunity for the teacher from Gwenda and from Pakistan Maya, and then go to the next station by professional one or the most interesting. Together to ask me, and then with the last speaker, Dr. Iman Bagus dengan Fatima, please come to the main stage. People also say Dr. Iman. I already replied the people of Dr. Iman Bagus, which is then the combination of finance, challenges, and opportunities. So Dr. Iman will have this PDA. About presentation. Dr. Iman is on.
the previous speakers and you can we have already what was tapi guys mention about the indexation just remember about what we have been doing as well for indexation in the context of my bank. Maybe we could collaborate with on Prof regarding with that issues. Now, we'd like to share with you the issue of the SDGs, SDGs. And here we'd like to share with you the progress of the SDGs that has been doing so far. The next one is the outline of presentation. So just a short 15 minutes, inshallah, we'll finish this one. Next one, please. This one that we're going to discuss today. Next one, please. So just the information about the current progress of the current macroeconomic conditions. It does mean that we are not in the better and good condition, but actually this doesn't that. So those things figure out what's happening in the current world, that this condition may interrupt our economic condition. The next one, please. So this one's our flows of equity and bonds. So whatever economic condition happening in the current world, it will connect it with the equity and the bonds. So if you see some of the countries there are positively, negatively affecting with that one, it means that the vulnerability exists in the system and the resilience is going to be slowing down. Next one, please. So those conditions will impact to our Indonesian economy. So you see that our Indonesian economy here consists of 1 trillion US dollars. We are G20, and ours is 300 million compared to Malaysia, 32 million. So it does mean that we are a big country. So the second one is ASEAN region powerhouse. Indonesia becomes leading countries in the regions. It does mean that the context of international trade, as the big and open economy, whatever condition happen in Indonesia, maybe it could influence to other countries in the region. So therefore, you have to keep Indonesia safe. And the next one about the conducive investment climate also good. And we have so abundant resources. So those things are one of the resources that we have been having right now, and we have to preserve that one. The next one. These are our updates. So all of the update here shows that we are quite good in terms of economic condition. Growth positive, inflation still under control, exchange rate depreciated, BI rate quite high. It means that the stance of monetary policy is not that relaxed. It means that quite tight. And in terms of the current rate also the deficit, it does mean that we are having the very high import compared to import. Next one. So next one also, the next one, please. So this one is the SDGs. I think Dr. Ayas has already mentioned about this very clear, for 17 SDGs target. Next one, please. Unfortunately, if you see and read from these reports, yet the report warns that the past 12 months, little has changed in terms of the trend. Only 15% of SDGs target are on the track to be achieved. So that what this means? It means that of the past last year, quite difficult to achieve that SDGs target that has been mentioned. And 59% shows minimal and moderate progress, and the rest is stagnation or regression. It means that not quite good in terms of the sign. Therefore, in the context of Indonesian context, SDGs here, the government tries to make SDGs data mining. In order to figure out what is the listing indicators that are achieved and not achieved. And you see from the tables there, the national indicators compared to the UN indicators, you see that Indonesia still under 70%. It means that the indicators that mentioned by the UNs still being challenged, with challenges by Indonesian economy right now.
The question is right now, the next one, why it happened? It happens because of this condition. The poverty, inequality still persists in the current world. Yeah. You see that the richer become richer, the poor become poor. Yeah. Next one, please. Here are also the facts. The graph shows that you see that the green and also the orange become broaden and widen. I think we have to go back what Dr. Sahida just mentioned about the Makosi Sharif. Yeah. So it does mean that our current economy is not that going on the right track. So we have to go back to our original knowledge about the Quran and Sunnah. Yeah. And you see that the context of Gini index, the Gini index close to the 1. It means that we are getting unequal or unbalanced time by time. You see, the trend is positive. Next one. Therefore, right now, many people try to see and go back to the new terms, responsible investment. Yeah. Next one, please. Also, you can see that there is in the context of Malaysia, we have VBI, value-based intermediation, for example. So all these things actually is going back to the values. The question is what values that we're going to use. Yeah, what the thing that we are going to refer. Yeah. So therefore, the focus of this SDGs, not only just the linear SDGs. I will show you later on how the SDGs has been inculcated with the Makoshi Sharia. Next one. So this one just another issues. How the problem is how economic policies are linked to economic growth. So how is the current policies must be linked to the economic welfare? The issue. Next one. We just going to the Ray Dalio. If you have some access to the book, yeah. So he is economist. He written so many books, and he just saying that economic just look like machine, yeah, cause effect relationship. But he forgot that in the cause effect relationship, there's any other factors. In econometrics, we are called as the unexplained indicator somehow. So those things that must be goes back to the what we are believing in the relations. Yeah, actually. Next one. So this one is another sample. Yeah, how is the economic machine works from product transactions, short debt cycles, long-term cycles. So all the cycles happening because of our transaction. Next one. So the problem become very dangerous because of somehow in the context of business cycles, the debt cycles goes beyond the productivity growth. So you see that the upswing and downswing. This downswing happens always because of the turbulence. Yeah. So it happens because of the mechanical economic growth is not that good. It means that the debt going beyond the income. The next one, you see here is our economic running right now. So the debt compared to the growth. So if you are in the upswing, more than we produce. If you don't swing, less than we produce. But we always in the right side. We less than we produce. Yeah. What happens? Because of inflation, somehow happens. Yeah. Next one. So this one just another macroeconomic theoretical perspective. We have golden rule theories. Yeah. That everybody must go to the maximizing. We have to maximizing the consumption by certain capital. Yeah. So we obtain the optimal position in that context. The next one. So this is also the complex analysis system theories that we understood that every element that Dr. Sahida just mentioned is not interacting by themselves. They are influenced by many sectors, many factors. Yeah, because we are living in a very complex situation. So you cannot just figure out and simplify the models. Yeah. So because the model is very complex and multiple ways. The next one, this one I just adopt from the Prof. Tekullah Khan. Yeah, that he creating the generative, sustainable, and regenerative activity, whereby he suggested that we should be in the top right side. Yeah, in the top right side, number one. Number one is the positive externalities and degenerations parts. What is the meaning? The next one. The next one is you see that the number 4. So in the level of the stage of the regenerative one, where the positive impact of the business outweighs the negative impact, and the business is making a net contribution of enhancing and preserving the earth value capacity. It does mean that the economy is going beyond, yeah, just the normal one. So it does mean that going to be more sustainability. The next one, this one just go back to the business cycles. Yeah, so we have to understand the next one. Next one, please. Yeah, this one's business cycles. So in the context of macroeconomics, we have to ensure that our business cycle is not going beyond the turning around, not going to the right side, but we have to be in the left side and not go beyond the turning around. Why? Because we want to ensure that the economy is not going down. If economy is going down, then the crisis will be persist, and then the welfare is not there. The next one, this one just another rule of thumb that said by the Rio Dalilo. When you would like to see our economic sustainable or SDGs could be achieved, you have to be the third rule of thumb. Don't have debt rise faster than income, and don't have income rise faster than productivity, and do all that you can do to rise your productivity. So the essence is efforts. The effort must be go beyond the income, and income must not go beyond the debt. So the debt here is not the choice. The debt here must be reduced, and the income must be increased, and your productivity always be sustainable. Yeah. And the next one, this one just another way how we describe the sustainability. We have to use the concept of the optimal threshold and also the optimal level of tolerance. Because in this world, sisters and brothers, we are living in the very boundary and interval threshold actually. If you go beyond the threshold, it will create a problem. But if you go under the threshold, you are creating the problem. So we have to be in balance. We have to be in optimal position. How to be that? You have to link and match between yours and also the environment. The environment and yours must be integrated and link each other. Must be in the very optimal condition. The next one is, so here's the way forward. What's the way forward? We have to go to the circular economy, not linear economy, but circular economy. We have to go around, not just stop in one hand. The next one, here that maybe Prof. Sahida also mentioned about how the concept of shareholders capitalism, and also the regenerative economy. So if you see in the context of the business as usual, economic, ecology, and society, they are separated each other. Yeah, we don't want to integrate that one. But the ESG drive one, they want to integrate these three. Yeah, they have the part that be part of ecology, economy, and society. And SDG drive one also they try to integrate more, yeah, than the SDG drive one. But in the context of Makasih drive one, these three must be guided by the spirituality and connecting to with the nature. So this, the fourth one that Dr. Sahida just mentioned is very clear and true. So we have to be including the concept of Makasih inside the SDGs. The next one, and this one another challenge. Yeah, you see that somehow SDG often highlight the inherent conflict between the various goals. This is just issue, particularly between environmental sustainability and immediate human development needs. For instance, effort to alleviate poverty and hunger can sometimes lead to increased environmental degradation. So in economics, we face also trade-off, isn't it? So dilemma, E or B, C or D, E or F. Yeah. And this one need a more integrated approach, not only just the linear approach. And this integrated one concept based on the regenerative human development. Yeah. Why is that? This one goes beyond traditional sustainability, yeah, that not only prevent harm, but actively improve environmental and social system. It does mean that we have to create our resilience concept, yeah. Resilience here refers to the condition whereby the shock still coming, still there, but we can be able to remain facilitating the human being, yeah. And this one also, the next one, please. This one, next one. Next. Yeah. The last one, I close with this Al-Mizan. Yeah. So this one's dynamic equilibrium of natural and social system. Yeah. So you go back to the Al-Quran. Yeah. There are so many verses that we are enforced, yeah, to not transgress, yeah, not transgress the balance. They have to be balanced between the natural system and also the social system. So those things must be based on spiritual. That's all perhaps, Dr. Titis. Thank you. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Interesting enlightening presentation. Last, we highlighted what the meaning of the dynamic equilibrium of natural and social. All of the speakers already internalized in governance in itself and also investment of the So here I will give you three the floor, the opportunity to write equation and comment. I will give the opportunities for Dr. Sophia and also Ayman, and then for the
Comments.
yeah for the presentation, all of the speakers. Thank you. Who will present first? Dr. Ayman. Okay, Dr. Ayman. The time is yours.
Oh, yes, you can go to the front. Please introduce yourself first, doctor.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself first. Introduce your name, your university, yeah, and give some comments.
Hello for all. I am Pushpin Grawi, at Pakistan, Sabina Sheikh Al-Aqsa University. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. من المؤمنين رجال صدقوا ما عاهدوا الله عليه فمنكم من قضى نحبه ومنكم من منتظر وما تستطيع تبديله. I strongly believe that knowledge is the all of the future. I am also strongly believe that you will only be library when we eat what we produce. It is a very positive, important idea. We cannot be free if you eat of origin product. We can be not free if you depend origin country. We will not be free when we eat what we are brought. It is a very important thing. I am very grateful. I cannot find any more to express my gratitude for the opportunity to teach and get new knowledge in this great university. I thank you for this great and amazing university. You are work harder and development in continuous to be a great and amazing university. Thank you for all. It is a very amazing university. You work harder and harder. I am very happy to be here. Thank you, Muhammadiyah University. Thank you, every employee in this university. I'm proud and feel very good to be here and dream to be in the one of this staff in this university. I dream to be in your members. I'm proud you. Thank you. And I see something, I think it's very good here in Muhammadiyah University. You have a lot of non-academic activities. This non-academic activities, it solves a big and very big problems. This problems is take students move smoothly in the market. We have a huge problem in all our university. The student, when he finishes study, he cannot work in the market. He have a big distance between knowledge and studying books and the market. Here, I see amazing something. It's a lot of academic service. This is not academic service, can make student go smoothly in the market, go smoothly in his work, go smoothly in the small project. And I will advise you something. Please go to small project, go to small entrepreneurship. It is the most important thing to be and to be bigger and bigger. And I dream to see you, all of us, businessmen and businesswomen and innovations men. Thank you. Thank you for all. Thank you. The last thing, please pray for Gaza. Gaza is have a so bad and so not good situation. Please go. Can we stand for 1 minute to pray to Gaza, please? If you accept me, then we can tell الحمد لله رب العالمين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. For everyone die in Gaza, if you please, بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Ayman, for the speech, and also the for Palestine. Okay, let's move to the next stage. Dr. Sophia, the time is yours.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to for a discussion for this topic. You know what makes this forum different from other summer school outside there? You know what is different? Now the difference is if you go outside there when you attend summer school, they only discuss on the conventional part. Okay, but what makes this conference different? What makes this forum different is that they integrate between Sharia principle as well as whatever things that in existence outside there, which is this is a value added or is a so-called what we call as a value added activity or value added to the forum itself. So we can give a big clap for this section. Okay, and I really hope that you benefit from this forum because it starts with the green economy, okay, where it encourages to go for green economy for a better SDG, the sustainable development goal. Okay, so Prof. Enda, okay, mentioned on how does the green economy work and why it's very important for us to adapt that green economy for a better future. Right? So that's why with a good start on the green economy. Next, we move to Dr. Isham, whereby he mentioned on the principle of the SDGs. So if let's say most of you here are not sure what does it mean by SDG, so you should take what are the principles that are being mentioned by Dr. Isham on all those characteristics, okay, pertaining to the SDGs, right? Now, next, okay, we move to Dr. Shahida, where it integrates between the SDG with Maqasid Sharia. Okay, so if most of you, if some of you here is the first time knowing about Maqasid Sharia, so I think this would be a good platform for you to venture more, to understand more, and how can we integrate with SDG, meaning that we do not practice SDG as standalone, but we integrate with the Maqasid Sharia because we are Muslims and we are practicing Al-Quran and Sunnah. Okay, all right. And the last one, Dr. Dimas, which it really shows you on the impact of the economic resilience, which is that one, meaning that it's a combination of SDG with Maqasid and how does it impact in terms of the economic resilience, which is this is a very good wrap up, whereby it shows that all of these characteristics, okay, it have an effect with one and another, okay. So if we can ensure the balance in the practice, okay, with the SG, with democracy Sharia, we can ensure a better economic resilience for the country. Okay, so I hope in the future we can have this kind of forum whereby I really hope that we can cooperate between Malaysia and Indonesia as well as Palestine, okay, to create a better economic for Ummah, for Muslims, inshallah. Okay, all right. So that's all. Thank you so much. Thank you very much, Doctor. We'll move to the Q&A session. We will have 30 minutes the rest of the session head to the podium. So I will give you 15 minutes for the first session, the second session, 15 minutes. So please raise your hand for the three stations. One, two. Introduce yourself and you can
question is for Dr. Okay. My question is about this investment. My question is about like this generation, my generation, the Gen Z. Like this number of investment itself, the regular one, not we're talking about this Syariah one like that. And I think that it sounds a little bit hard to me because the number for the regular investment, including the Syariah one, the social and extra, there is still low and tiny, I think. And uh, I found it from this material that it looks like we took a big step for this investment, like we took two maybe three steps from the stair uh, before we took a little bit step like that. So what's your comment about this, and maybe you have some solution or something for the situation thing?
no.
So my name is Haura Chenko from Sharia Economics in Faculty of Sunset. So my question is for Dr. Ayat about the sustainable development goals. So actually, these sustainable development goals sometimes, or maybe you have the threat of impact that if we want to prepare one point, we need to give up other points. For example, if we want to end the hunger in the society, get me, we increase the production of the food. But it's of the industries maybe impact the quality of the soil of our land. What should we do to balance this gap? What should the government or the society need to prevent this impact? Here, understand the
Okay, thank you very much, brother. Brother. Okay.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Yeah, people have very good perspective, yeah, of their investment and future activities related to that activity. Looking at that, talking about the economic sector, as well, okay, how the values. Okay, so this is actually is what happens for the state reality. It is reality. If they have a bad day in the outside, it also the same thing that we have limited numbers of Sharia compliance portfolio. Sharia compliance portfolios actually those ones that the company. So in this situation, what we can okay, is still invested. Talking about quantitative, you want to start with right? You are talking about whether you are talking about yourself as personal investor or institutional investor. Yes, so if you are talking about we as investor decision, okay, you have to look at the portfolios, and it is not easy. We understand it's not easy. Okay, to look at the portfolios, the reports as well. Okay, but at the same time, you are given knowledge now. You are given knowledge, okay, basic knowledge, okay, knowing which one is halal and haram, which one is Sharia compliance and non-Sharia compliance. Okay, this is the what we call the platform, the university. This is the platform where the lecturers has given you okay, basic and foundation of choosing which one is halal, which one is haram. Okay, we call it Sharia compliant and non-Sharia compliant. So the decision actually is in our hand. Okay, if you see there are what we call intention, to go for the confidence one. So this is what we have done. We have learned it. But normally the issue with humans is that the attraction, the attraction, what we call human is greedy creator. And the attraction to be greedy, to get more, to invest more, okay, is more challenging. Right? Okay, then knowing whether that is Sharia compliant or not Sharia compliant. So the issue here, the big challenge is not the market, but the business. Okay. So the issue, if you look again at the investment issues, especially the non-Sharia compliance issues, not only in the country, but in Malaysia, there are a lot of non-Sharia compliance scammers also, there are a lot. Okay. So actually, if we look at the basic pillar of Amalan Islamic investment activities, what kind of you can trigger it out. If you find out that there are guaranteed, all these are actually individual. I'm talking about individual. In institution, you have team, you have the governance, how to monitor. But for individual, you have to look at the way how investment are operating, how they operate. There must be something that can trigger. Okay, the Sharia compliant and non-Sharia compliant decision that you want. Okay. So again, prepare the knowledge for ourselves, prepare the weapon. The weapon is our knowledge, awareness, and understanding. The problem with us is if we don't have knowledge, ilmu, that is our biggest problem. The biggest problem want to make investment decision is because we don't have ilmu. Okay, bukan which one to choose, but our ilmu. Okay, so that one is for the first question. Oh, for the second question, boleh ya, faham ya? Okay, thank you very much.
Of the government, the relationship between the government and the SDG, as the important point for the government for decrease unemployment and increasing the GDP economic growth in the economy. So the sustainable development, the government, the first point must practice the democracy and must develop the education and encourage investment by using many policies, by increasing taxes or by increasing expenditure in the country. There is many policies we can use in the country for sustainable development, but the sustainable development not need 1 year to be a development country. We need many years and many goals and many development, many years to be a development country.
Oh, maybe Dr.
Oh, dia ada magnet ni benar.
Yeah.
Dia ada magnet.
No?
Oh, ya. Dia tu tak tahu juga.
Yes, yes.
Ni ni. Ni 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 ni.
May I go on how would we, what would be the possible incentive that the government can give to the company to promote on the implementation of SDG? You know, I mean, some company they might have some because it's between profit and then cost, then expenses to implement the SDG, for example. So they need to do research and development and so on. So, or in context of Indonesia, what are the incentives that might have to promote companies to go or to implement SDGs in their
Consolidation also to give the opportunity to maybe Dr. Ivan, yeah, and Dr. Chandra to answer the question.
Okay, okay. Okay. Thank you. Reward, ya? Oh. Okay, it is normal, ya, human. This is the human nature. Okay, the nature of human. If you do something, we want to be motivated. So reward is a good, a positive motivation. So in that case, looking at the dimension here, government play the role to give the reward. Is it the government? Is it the institution? Who is that? In our case, I want to relate to our case. When we develop the MSFI for PNB, so they will come from the choice made by PNB. So PNB only choose those companies to make their report, and then do in their activities all those SDG and Marcosset elements. Not only do, but report. Do and report. Yeah, so the report here come with, they are chosen to be an investment company by PNB, because PNB is a big one in Malaysia. Yeah? Okay, it is very well known, and Malay Muslim normally invest in PNB. Okay? So in that case, that is the direct reward. So those who, that is important of government intervention and also the policy maker. If you want to make this SDG or market secara whatever to be implemented, not just rhetoric, not something that we put in paper, we put in document only without knowing whether it has been implemented in reality or not. Okay, so in this situation, we need intervention, especially the government or big, okay, or any investment company in Malaysia to take part, okay, in that process. So this is what I observed, okay, on the question based on what we have done, okay, in our research. Thank you. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So what the initiative that has been doing by Indonesian government? So certainly Indonesia has implemented some initiative, by giving incentive and accelerate progress towards the SDG. So based on my search just now, we have conducted 4 SDGs incentive program, and maybe the one quite good for Indonesian case. The first is accelerating SDGs investment in Indonesia by bringing the UN joint program. So the UN here was invited to come to Indonesia by joint program with some industries in Indonesia, agencies in Indonesia, to scaling up and finding the new financing instrument. Yeah, so that the goal is to address the funding gap, and promote sustainable economic recovery from COVID-19. So it's been conducted by the UN joint program. And the second one is we have Indonesian SDG bond. Yeah, and this one, Indonesia became the first country in Southeast Asia to issue the SDGs bond as the global debt capital market. Yeah. So this bond raised for around 500 euro million, yeah, and will be finance social environment project demonstrating the government commitment to SDGs. So it's the second one. And the third one is the catalyst funding and incentivizing mitigation outcome program. So this one is how to cater the issue of the environmental problem. So this one providing the fund, yeah, and also the program that contribute to Indonesian carbon pricing of the ecosystem. So this one how to preserve the health care of the Indonesian environment. And the last one is this one called innovation to accelerate progress toward SDGs through the roadmap for safely managed drinking water. Yeah. So this one also is expected to secure 1.7 billion of financing in order to preserve our water system. So those things that has been conducted by Indonesian government. So it means that the SDG is still in progress, but the question remains whether all targets could be achieved by 2030. Because when it has been established in 2015, the SDGs, the target will be 15 years after. Look like what MDGs before was launched 2000 and was finished in 2015. And the target is still the same, but not being achieved at the moment. So therefore, I do agree with Dr. Sophia and also Dr. Aiman and all the speakers here. We don't only just talking SDGs in terms of the numbers and targets. Yeah. But we have to put something value. Yeah. Because Dr. Sahida mentioned about the human behavior. Yeah. That all the program that we mentioned actually is based on human being. The human being has the mindset. The mindset is based on certain belief, and the belief is based on certain religion. Yeah. So we have to put the religion into the practice so that we will be conducting the program based on the certain or spiritual value. That's what I have to say.
Okay, by the answer from Adimat, so you give an observation. So in conclusion, the intersection of sustainability with economic and finance present both challenges and opportunities. By fostering innovations and then embracing responsible practice and prioritizing long-term value creation, we can build a more resilient and prosperous future for the generation to come. So let's end up this session with Hamdalah, Alhamdulillah, and the dua of Qaratul Majlis. Subhanallah, Alhamdulillah, and great thanks to all of the speakers, outstanding speakers, and all participants here. All here is very enlightening our and here be grateful to Dr. Isam Ayas, Dr. Aiman Alvirawi, Dr. Shahidawati Shahwan, Dr. Shufia Saleh, Prof. Endah Saputingsi, and Dr. Dimas Bagus Wiranata Sukuma for their presentation. Hope Allah will grant you Jannah. Amin. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Waalaikumsalam. Thank you very much.
Dokter, nanti saya mau Dokter Dimas punya slide-nya. Dokter Dimas saya minta satu, mana ya satu? Tahun berapa dah itu? Masuk 2012. Mudah banget. Saya sudah grade 2000. Dr. Supriya grade 2002. 2002, saya 2000 grade. Oh, ada sebutnya. Terima kasih. Bismillah. UAE tak? Dia tak kena ambil gambar lah. Baik. Sini. PhD dekat kuliah ke dekat IPIEF kuliah? Kuliah IPIEF ya? Buat IPIEF ke kuliah? Baik. Ambil Islam. Nah, kena sangat. Terima kasih. Oh, Masya Allah. Tak perlu cari Dr. Supriya. Masya Allah, pakai rumah dicari. Terima kasih Dr. Supriya. Masya Allah, kita punya hati. Baik, kita duduk dia. Allah, Akbar. Ya Allah, hadiah kita. Tak berlupa nanti kita kasih balik. Patutnya hari ni lah kena bagi. Tak perasan. Kita ni tak kasi protokol. Dr. Dimas, Dr. Nias, hadiahnya dalam bilik Dr. Dimas. Kami punya hadiah dalam bilik Dr. Dimas. Tak apa, buat nanti. Ya Allah, Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ya Allah, Akbar, Masya Allah, Masya Allah. Ya Allah. Ya, ya, ya. Terharu begitu, Masya Allah, terharu gitu. Ya Allahu Akbar.
Terbangkan benderanya.
Oh, di benderanya.
Ya.
Allah Mansur Islam. Bawa center ya? Oke, center. Allah Mansur Islam.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
Later.
yes, later.
here, later on. Yeah.
Yeah. Free ball start.
Free
Free ball start. Free ball start.
free ball.
Yeah. Can we take picture with all?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
can
Take, so, yeah, we stand here and
picture.
you will be stand. Yeah.
From front.
Please come and take picture.
Semangat dia orang lah. Cover. Klaim dia lah. Tapi dia semangat dah ni. Sebenarnya. Jenis. Tak harus dia kan rezeki. Kira penutup nanti, penutup semester. rapat-rapat. Cantik baju batik dia. Suka.
Formal style first, formal style. There is a video to say free Palestine.
Yes, maujud insyaAllah. Maujud insyaAllah. Dia kena buat 0.8 kita. Kan? Dia nak ada sama semua.
1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, another pause. Okay. Just one press, Yes, yes. Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay. Okay, last one. Palestine. 3 Palestine. 2, 1. 3 Palestine. Okay, now, video. So, we need 3 Palestine. Three. Three, two, one. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine. Free Palestine. Free Palestine.
Free Palestine.
Free Palestine. Allah. Allah Allah. Kalau baca doa dah lagi bergembang. Woi. Danny. Ya Allah.
Memang beliau bertadi berbeza.
Sebab biasa je. Yang ni sebab kita jemput Palestin punya ni kita ada similarity.
Iya.
Semua. Dia buat kena usahakan. Ya, boleh. Fikirkan. Kan Palestin kan. Benar lah. Dr. Aiman. Oh, gila.
Will with the announcement of the winner of various competition. So for the name that I told, please directly come forward. And we also invite our Dr. Imas to present the symbolics for the winner.
Oh, ada winner. Competition diorang tu.
Best participant of risk management of for banking is Rizka Syirkan.
Rizka. Menang MSC je. Ini dia. Mana bapaknya?
Best of participant natural resources and environmental economy is Datuk Ahmad Satria, Universitas Jogja.
Rizka.
Best participants of Halal Abdul Ghani Abdul Rahman Isman dan Fudu University. Abu Bakar Abdul Rahman from Bayu University. Rian Widyutari from IAIN Ponorogo.
Institut Agama Islam Negeri kan?
And the best presentation
Arisa Bakis, Universitas Indonesia. Afika Akila, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. Andika, Universitas Muhammadiyah Yogyakarta. And Rizka Syariah, Universitas Muhammadiyah Ustaz, Malaysia. Okay, for Dr. Dietitis, you can present the symbolics for the winners. Udah? Sini pun terlanjut dapat agak terus. Oh, CJ best participant. Itulah. Dia memang dekat sini kan. Sebab dia orang buat ni intern dekat tengah ni, atau yang dia namakan UMY. Pedih. Aku tahu. Dr. Aiman. Dr. Aiman. Tahniah anak-anak, tahniah anak-anak, tahniah guru, tahniah, Masya Allah. Sujud. Ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of our program. We hope that the knowledge and the experiences shared today will be valuable to all of you. Thank you for your participation, and we look forward to seeing you at our future event. Have a great day. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Selain untuk para penampil atau peserta bisa keluar dan menuju ke anak untuk mengambil baju-baju yang sudah bisa sesuai dengan ukuran.
Oh.
Dan sekali lagi, para peserta itu ini bisa keluar dan mengarah ke kiri untuk mengambil baju dan juga kaos. Kaos dan juga topi. Kemudian akan berkumpul lagi di depan fasilitas sederhana dan 45 dengan penggunaan kaos dan juga topi. Peserta sama school. Bila ini setelah ini wajib para sama school bisa keluar dan mengambil kiri untuk mengambil kaos dan juga topi sesuai dengan ukuran sudah kita. Kemudian berkumpul lagi di fasilitas sederhana atau di depannya pada pukul 1.15 spot kaos dan juga topi. Terima kasih. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi